In the kingdom of Glimmerdale, where rose petals floated through the air and fountains sparkled with golden water, lived a young princess named Elara. With hair like sunshine and a laugh that could melt the grumpiest troll's heart, she was adored by all. But Elara had a secret so wild, so unprincess-like, that she dared not whisper it aloud. She didn't want to be a princess. Not the kind that wore itchy dresses, sat still during royal banquets, or smiled politely at visiting dukes. Elara longed for something more, something fierce. She wanted to ride dragons. Every night, while her nursemaids tucked her in with lullabies and tales of fairies and royal balls, Elara would sneak out of bed, tiptoe to the highest tower, and stare at the distant sky. Somewhere beyond the rolling green hills and misty mountains, she knew dragons still lived majestic, powerful, and free. "Someday," she whispered, clutching her wooden toy sword, "I'll find you." One morning, as preparations buzzed for her 12th birthday ball, Elara made up her mind. Enough of the glittering gowns, enough of the perfect princess lessons. She dressed in trousers, laced up her boots, stuffed a loaf of bread into her satchel, and sneaked out through the castle's secret tunnel with her toy sword slung across her back. She left behind a note on her pillow. "Gone to become a dragon rider. Please feed my kitten. Love, Elara." The journey was long and wild. Elara trekked through the enchanted forest, where talking owls challenged her with riddles. She crossed the river of whispers, where the water spoke forgotten truths. And finally, at the edge of the world, she reached Dragonspire Mountain, said to be the last home of dragons. But the mountain was silent. Only cold winds and ancient ruins greeted her. No smoke, no fire, no thunder of wings. "Too late," she muttered, heart sinking. "They're gone." Just then, a rustle. Elara spun around. A flicker of green shimmered between the rocks. "Who's there?" she called, gripping her wooden sword tightly. From behind a boulder emerged a dragon. Not a full-grown beast, but a dragonette barely taller than a horse, with emerald scales, curious eyes, and a wing wrapped in bandages. The dragon stared at her. Elara stared back. And then the dragon did something unexpected. It bowed. "You understand me?" Elara whispered, inching closer. The dragon blinked slowly, then nudged her satchel. She pulled out the bread and offered it. The dragon gobbled it with a satisfied huff. "Are you hurt?" she asked, touching the bandage. The dragon rumbled softly, sad, lonely, scared. Elara named him Ash. Over the next few weeks, Elara cared for Ash. She gathered berries, cleaned his wound, and practiced sword swings while he watched, amused. Bit by bit, his wing healed. Bit by bit, they became inseparable. She learned that Ash had once been part of a dragonflight Guardians of the Skies, but a terrible storm had scattered them. He crashed into the mountain and never found his way back. "I'll help you," she promised, resting against his warm belly under the stars. "We'll find your family, and you'll help me learn to ride." Ash snorted gently, as if to say, "Deal." The first flight was terrifying. Elara climbed onto Ash's back, heart pounding, arms tight around his neck. With a roar, he leapt into the air, and suddenly the ground fell away. Wind tore at her hair, clouds rushed past, and the world shrank beneath them. She laughed, loud, free, wild. This was what she was born for. But peace doesn't last forever. One morning, while scouting the valley, Elara spotted a strange sight. Royal banners, knights, her father's crest. The king had sent an army to bring her home. "They think I'm in danger," she told Ash. "They don't understand." The knights surrounded her camp that evening. "Princess Elara," boomed Sir Gareth the captain, "return with us." The kingdom needs its heir. I am not just an heir, Elara cried, standing tall with Ash behind her. I'm a dragon rider now. Dragons are dangerous beasts, Sir Gareth warned. Not Ash, he's my friend. Then, in a show of trust, Ash stepped forward, lowering his head. The knights flinched, swords ready, but Ash bowed. Sir Gareth hesitated, then dropped his blade. Perhaps for the first time, a knight saw not a monster, but a partner. Elara returned home, but not as a defeated princess. She returned as a hero. The kingdom welcomed her with awe. She had not only found a dragon, she had befriended one. And when Ash took to the skies above Glimmerdale, flying in wide circles with Elara on his back, the people cheered. From that day, everything changed. Elara became the Princess of Dragons, creating peace between dragonkind and humankind. She wore boots instead of glass slippers. She studied strategy and swordplay. She taught others about dragon sand, rode with Ash across the skies as guardian of the realm. She never sat still again. And as for her throne, she kept it but turned it into a dragon saddle just in case. Moral of the story: don't be afraid to follow your own path, even if it's different from what others expect. You never know, you might end up flying. If you liked this magical tale of courage and dragons, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more enchanting stories every week.